Okay, I've had a lot of people email me about how I did the mask for the main character. I'm going to try not to say character names. I want to make sure I can try and make money on this channel as much as possible. I know there's a lot of copyright things, so I'm just going to be extra super duper cautious so I can make a little bit of profit off of all my trouble for everything I did. That's what we do in America, right? So anyway, I just ordered, you could get masks off of any like fabric type spandex website, so you just order a mask and it just comes with nothing. It's just completely covered. I cut the holes, cut 2 little holes. From there, I had to figure out how to make the lenses look glass but also be white at the same time to where I could see out of them if I was going to be running into things and hurting myself and doing all that. So what I ended up doing, I found a really thin sheet of white silk, kind of rougher silk though. Not usually, if it's really fine, it's a little harder to see through, but it was kind of a grainy, thin white, very thin white fabric that I could see through. So that was the actual white part. And over the white part, I just put a really simple, flexible sheet of clear, transparent plastic. So it's the same kind of material that you would find that makes a like a floaty toy, like in a pool or something, kind of like that, but completely clean and clear. I got it at a hardware store. I bought a little piece of it or a sheet of it for like, 25 cents or something. From there, we just cut out the outline, sewed it on. Then I went inside the mask actually because the holes were still kind of small, the actual holes. And then now that I have the eyes are basically a shield. Then I just cut from inside the mask the red fabric to make to where it was big and I could see through it. From there, I just put the mask on, and I had a buddy of mine just, with a permanent marker, just draw the lines. I just kind of showed him how I wanted it, and he got that done. He's a good artist, so I just knew he had a steady hand, and he wasn't going to do anything outrageous or crazy. A lot of people ask me, why did you make the eyes so big? Why don't they look like the movie little eyes? I mean, the reason I did the big eyes, if you look at the comics back when I was growing up in the early 90s, like McFarlane, Eric Larson, dude, Spider-Man, the Spider Guy's eyes were massive. They took up the entire face, and I liked that. I thought that was really cool. I'm looking out for customers. I'm in my store right now, in case you're wondering why I keep looking to the right or your left. Right, left, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I did the big eyes because that's what I grew up reading and looking at, and I'm not going to try to make him look like a badass to where he has like these sharp little mean looking eyes and he looks so produced. It's like, you got to think, the guy that put it together in the story was like 15 years old. He's not thinking badass. He was who he was, his character. So he's a big bug, So I went with that. I liked it, and I wish the mask got thrashed up. It got stretched. But I didn't have money to buy multiple masks and get it just right, super tight on the neck, and that's all stuff that is just going to take more time, more money, and I didn't really spend much at all, but we'll get into that. So anyway, that's this week's little update. That's what I did for the mask. That's why I did the eyes the way I did them. That's how I did the eyes. Like I said, go to a fabric store. Just hold up different white fabrics. If you want to do your own fan film and make your own movie the same that I did, just hold it up. As long as you can see through it really good, or it doesn't have to be great, but good enough, just buy a little piece of that. It'll cost you change, pocket change, and then just go to like a hardware place, like a, I don't know, just any random gardening like material type place, and they'll have it, or at least they'll have something that is it. Or even just buy a floaty toy that's clear and just cut that out. Just get it on there, and then with the camera, it looks pretty cool in person, but on the camera with the sun and this, it's gonna glare, it's gonna shine with any light. It's gonna give that glass look. That's why in the beat up Spidey mask, it's hard to see with the camera I had, but I wish it, like one eye that's on, I made it like little shatter. But it was kind of hard to see. But that would have been cool if I could have made it look like when he's beat up, like you see one eye, kind of blood and stuff. and the one is like shattered glass, just. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I'll see you next week for Crazy Roger King. I'm starting to loosen up to the camera again. It's been a long time. I might even throw my ass into a stack of boxes if you get lucky. But that's the mask. So I'll see you next week. Subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Crazy Roger King.